Hello, and welcome back to more SuchArt. And we've been doing this series for a while. Do you guys remember, any OGs here remember when I did my 100 subs would play button? Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, I think. And we're gonna keep doing it as long as you guys keep watching. So today we're gonna go with another viewer suggestion, this one from Undertale. I wonder if that's after a game or something. But the comment says, can you do sands, please? Sands? What the heck is a sands? I'm just kidding, I'm not dumb, I know who sands is. So here, we'll put up our palette and let's, I don't know, let's just turn off the background. Yeah, let's just look at the nice space background. And I got a pretty cool way that I'm gonna do sands here. I mean, there's a lot of really cool sans fans art out there. I'm gonna do it in my own style because, you know, that's what we do on this channel. Well, I guess not all the time. A lot of times, you know, we borrow styles, but we're gonna be doing our own thing this episode. So we're gonna start it off with a nice black background here. Let's get this out of the way first. And before we do any colors or anything like that, I think I'm gonna draw an outline here of what I'm gonna do. I think that works pretty well for a head, don't you think? Now to see if we can get this iconic jacket. I'm actually going to lower this and crouch down. Yeah, there we go. That way I get a good angle on it. I gotta say, I think it's turning out pretty good so far. I'm not impressed. All right. I think we're going to get started with the skull here. Let's go just a little up. Should we go pure white? Yeah, let's go pure white. And we'll grab a couple extra shades here just for you know, the shadows and whatnot. Now we'll get started with outlining here. I think the teeth are going to be an interesting one. I think I'm going to do the teeth. Yeah, I'll do those after the skull. I think that'll just make things easier. Infill out of these smaller parts. I can't really do with the bigger brush. Then we'll move on to the bigger brush and, well, cover up all these details that we made. That's okay. I've drawn this skull design many times. I'm pretty familiar with where everything falls. I'll do what we can with the larger brush here up top. And we can't get all the way to the edges with it, so we'll wrap it up with this. Dry it off, and admire our work. So that's pretty good. Let's take the next smaller brush here, and we'll add, let's see, yeah, we'll add some of the details that we need to with this lighter gray. No, I wasn't originally going to do any blending on this painting, but I'm actually thinking that it's going to be kind of dope if I do. So yeah, we're changing directions here mid video, guys. We're gonna do some shading. First, I kind of want to block all the colors. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is we're gonna we'll add all of the colors on with or you know, all of this shade on, and then we'll blend this, and then we'll add the darker one next after that. Or do I do the darker one before I even start shading? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Figuring it out as we go, man. That's the name of the game here. Alright, man, that is not a bad start at all. And I do think I'm going to add the next darker gray just in some spots. We're not going to use a lot of this, but I think I'm going to add this before I start blending. So grab this blender right here, let's wet it up, and get to pushing some of these colors around. I think when I'm done, I'm going to go back over and I'll clean up some of these edges, because I want this to be a harsher white edge. So I think we'll do that. Same thing with the black. You know, when we're all done, I'm going to go through and clean up some of that black as well. Just like right there where I'm kind of edging into that background a little bit. Yeah, we don't want that. Kind of second guessing if I should have even begun shading this. I mean, it looked pretty good before I started shading, but and I mean, it doesn't look that bad now. I don't know, maybe after I clean it up a little bit, I'll appreciate it more. Because right now, yeah, not a huge fan. All right, not too bad. A little bit of a mess. So let's grab some black. We'll clean up the black first. Now some of this down here is going to be covered up by the fur on his coat anyways, but I still want to make it nice. Yeah, I can say that's already done wonders in boosting my confidence in this painting. Let's see if we can crispen up some of these white areas here. This is working for me. One final thing I want to do, I don't want to get a custom color for it, but I think I want to add a little bit of this, just some dark gray. We'll mix it with 2 parts black with 1 part gray, just to get a slightly darker, well, slightly lighter black, slightly lighter than black color, just to kind of outline some of this here. Oh yeah, looking good. And now it's teeth time. So I think for the teeth here, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm just gonna color all of them here. We'll grab our smallest brush and start adding some details to them here. I think we're gonna start with the darkest details. So let's start with 1 part black, 2 parts of this gray here, and we'll try to define the outer edges of each of them here. When we're done with this here, we'll blend them all in. It'll make a little bit of a muddy mess, but then we can go back through with the white and some light gray to kind of add the details back in, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just trust the process, man. Here, we'll show you what I mean. I'm a shower, not a teller, right? That's why I do videos, not podcasts. Is that why I do videos and not podcasts? Yeah, let's go with that. That's why I do videos and not podcasts. It's all kind of blended in so far, so let's kind of redefine some of these outer edges here a little bit. We'll go over it again. Alright, probably doesn't seem like much, but I think once we go back over it with white, to kind of add some of those details back in, I think we'll be good. So here, let's clean up the black first, and then we'll add some white back into the teeth and see how we feel about it then. I say we. Let's see how I feel about it then. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a blend here with the white on it, and then we'll add, if necessary, we'll add a little bit more white on there. Boy, we're taking a lot of time on these teeth, but we got to make them look good. Nope, I think that's good. I'm calling it for the teeth. So I think we're going to do the jacket now, then we'll do the fur, and then something else last. So for jacket, this always throws me off. Like, this is supposed to be true blue, but I swear when it comes out, it's always kind of purplish. So I like to go a little bit off of that. You know what I mean? Let's go a little bit less saturated too. Let's find a good mid color. How about, is that too dark? Yeah, let's go with this. Then we need some highlight colors and some shadow. There we go. Nice and dark for the shadow. And let's get to outlining our jacket. Just so I don't lose where some of these are, I'm gonna put in the dark blue here, just so I know kind of where the shadows are gonna be. Didn't have to be too detailed with it, but I don't want to lose, you know, kind of the arm positioning here while I infill all the blue. You know what I mean? We're gonna go back over and add more detail. No worries. And now big brush fill time. And now touch-up fill time with our with our other brush. Do you see what I mean with the blue though? Like, even this color is kind of violet, and I mean, we picked right here on the color scale. Like, violet I would think would be more over here. I mean, if anything, we're getting away from the purple, red, violets, you know, so it should be blue-green, but it's really not. I don't know, unless my eyes deceive me. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Because to me, I mean, this is kind of violet. Violet adjacent. Alright, that's a good start. Let's go through and we'll add the shadows in here. I think that's a good start. Let's get to blending this and see what we're working with. turned out pretty good so far. I think I'm going to have to make another pass though with the dark blue here, just to kind of further, you know, contrast these shadows. But you notice a lot of these I'm only blending on one side, like right here, you know, because I want the inside of it here to be clean, because you know, the shadow is to indicate the back part of the arm, or you know, what's behind the main part of the body, where the shadow's being cast, as shadows do. But overall, I mean, not bad for a first pass. I think we'll go back through again here with a slightly smaller brush, just to define these again. Now that they're a little bit darker here, we'll just maybe do a really quick once over here with this. Now see if we can add some highlights here with this. And that looks good. I like that. Now let's go with this fur collar. Yeah, the fur collar. So for the fur, I'm thinking of going off-white because I don't want it to blend in with the skull at all. So I think we're gonna go a little off-white, maybe, you know, kind of creamish. We'll go with yeah. How about this color? We're not gonna do much for highlights here, but we'll grab a lighter color just in case. And I think for the shadows, I want to go a little bit more saturated with it. Let's go this right here. And actually, I am gonna grab one more for the shadows here, because I think there's a little bit, yeah, there's a little bit here that's going to be behind the skull, so that's going to have to be quite a bit darker. You know what, while I'm at it, because I already know I'm going to have to do it here, let's tape off some of this skull here. Alright, that's good. I think I'm just going to do, I'm going to do the base like this, and then we'll go through and kind of add the feathery bits as well. Feathery, furry, whatever, you know what I mean. I gotta say, I'm really glad I decided to go off-white with it. If I went pure white on this, I don't think it would look very good, you know, in contrast to the skull. All right. And even painting this makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Like, I want a parka like this, man. I need a new winter jacket. It gets cold here, man. Alright, not a bad start. Now, I don't think I'm going to do too much shading on this. I do think I want to go around this side here like this. This is the main spot that we were thinking that we're going to need that dark brown for. So we'll just add that in right now. I might have to do a little bit of the touch-up on the skull because this is not a very good tape job. Alright, let's just blend the edges of these here in. Again, there's not going to be a lot of shading going on kind of the hood of the parka overall, but we'll do what we can. So I figure now let's take 2 parts of that, 1 part of this, and see if we can add a little bit of shadows here with the lightest brush. And just shadows of like not all of them, but some of the individual, you know, furs on the hood. I guess that's what we're going for right now. It's really not bad at all. Let's dry it and then add some highlights here as well. Man, that looks good. I do kind of wish I could go through and blend them, but I know that I'm going to brutalize these edges if I do that. So I think we're just going to leave it at that. But now let's see what we got to clean up here around the skull. Oh boy, yeah, look how squared off that got. It's kind of funny. But I think all I got to do is just take this here. Yeah, this will work good. Blend just the left edge of that new line. Then it looks nice and good. So, a couple last things that we got to add on here. Let's go ahead and add the zipper. First, we'll add the zipper, and then we'll do the zipper. Does that make sense? I don't know. Now we'll do the zipper. finally, let's tape off the eyes here so we can do signature one eye. So let's grab us some nice light blue help like this, and something a little bit darker. Let's add this on nice and thick. Blendy, blendy love here. I think I'm going to go on a couple times with this blue. Now we'll add a ring of the light blue around here. Oh boy, I'm really messing that up, ain't I? There we go. Go right over this here. Give us a nice blend of this to give it kind of that glowing effect. Just to contrast it here, I'm going to add more black in the middle and we'll blend that into a circle. Oh, first we're going to save. There we go. Blend it into a circle. I'll take the tape off, see how that turned out. Dang, turned out quite sick. The last thing I want to do here is just spray paint a little bit here of black just around the edges here. Let me put it on sharp. I just want to darken some of these edges a little bit here. Maybe not sharp. Let's just go classic. How about that? Just where some of these edges are, I just want to almost get like lost into the background. You know what I mean? And I think we can just sign it and be done. And here we are with our completed painting of Sans from Undertale. Well, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, leave it a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, now in the description is a link to our new Patreon page where you can support the channel directly, which greatly helps me out and helps us, stay motivated to keep pushing out great content like this. So I'm going to call it right here. Thank you again, Undertale, so much for the suggestion. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this video if you stick it out to the end. And calling it right here. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Kaz out. Peace.